Welcome, everyone. Happy Thursday. We're excited you decided to join us tonight for our X39 Stem Cell Activation Testimonial and Review Zoom. My name is Dr. Stacy, and I have got a fantastic lineup for you guys tonight. You are definitely going to want to just send a quick text message and get anybody you can on this Zoom. We've already got over 200 people that are excited to hear from Crystal and Mark and Nancy. And so with that, I want to start by sharing our disclaimer before we get started. So obviously, we are not your doctors or practitioners, and you're going to need to consult with your physician or healthcare practitioner if you have any questions. The information being shared tonight is going to be for information only, and we want to make sure that you are asking your practitioner if you have any specific questions, because LifeWave is not intended to treat, cure, or diagnose. And if you're pregnant or nursing, check with your practitioner as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started right away with our first person, because you guys, I've got to give plenty of time for all of you tonight. I want to start off by hearing from Crystal. So Crystal is, oh man, a powerhouse here, amazing woman, and she is going to share with you her testimonial and how this technology has impacted her life. So Crystal, I want you to share with them, number one, how did you find out about this technology? Number two, how long have you been using it? You know, and kind of give me that grocery list of symptoms and issues that you have. And then where are you now in your life using LifeWave?
I'm flying, actually. No, I've been using LifeWave for 6 months. It was introduced to me through someone on our team, Gary, who has been absolutely amazing. We had followed each other on Instagram for a really long time, and he had sent these patches to my sister. Of course, we threw them in a drawer for 3 months. We're like, whatever, it's just like another holistic product. And, you know, you just get so many different things, and you've tried so many different things, so you just don't even really have faith in another different product. So someone had already sent me a patch that was like a magnet thing. It was supposed to do all this stuff, and it didn't work. So long story short, a person in my family has CLL. So he has a cancer that you monitor and you don't treat it. So he had these swollen lymph nodes in his neck that were the size of golf balls. I've been listening to another podcast, and it was on a completely different subject, but this guy out of nowhere, he's like, I have these patches called the X39. Of course, my ears perked up. I'm like, wait a second, we have these. And he said, I have these rock hard lymph nodes, and I put the X39 on each one, and they could dissolve completely. So I'm like, oh my God, we're going to try and use these for my stepfather. So we used them for him. Within 30 days, the lymph nodes went down to basically their normal size. So my sister and I were like, okay, time for us to try these. What is all this? And I had gotten on a Zoom with Dr. Stacy. We talked about the science behind it and everything. And I was like, if it's going to reverse my age every time I put this patch on, you better believe that I'm going to be doing this every day. And you have to see it to believe it, right? And I saw it to believe it with my stepfather. And then I started to wear them. So I've had chronic pain my whole life. I've been a professional dancer since I was out of high school. So I've had chronic pain since about age 14 in all different parts of my body. So the first couple of days, I noticed a reduction in pain and inflammation. I have a high hamstring tear I've had for probably 15 years. And I started to notice a decrease in pain in that. Had a really, really tough hip pain. It's probably a ligament pain for a really long time. Started to see slow results with that. So I'm like, okay, this is great. Started to sleep better. My skin started to even look better, because I have like some hyperpigmentation and freckles that drive me out of my mind, because I've been a sun worshiper my whole life. So started to notice a lessening in that. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. The biggest thing for me that I never thought of was the frequent urination. I had what is called an overactive bladder and didn't know it for most of my life. So I'm just, maybe I have a small bladder. I don't know what it is. 6 weeks later, after using the patches every day, I went for a run really early in the morning, and then I started doing work and stuff. By the time I knew it, it was 12 o'clock. And I hadn't gone pee once. I was going every 20 minutes for as long as I can remember. Long car rides are out of the question. You know, working out in the gym is annoying. You have to stop in the middle and go to the bathroom. And all of a sudden I noticed I haven't gone in hours. That has not happened to me, and I don't even remember how long, without feeling a pressure to go, without feeling like I really had to go. So ever since then, it kind of regulated itself. And I didn't even think in my mind there was an issue with myself. I was just like, well, maybe I have a really tiny bladder and I just have to go all the time. So that regulated itself. Wow. So then, menstrual cramps. I know there's a lot of women that have dealt with this. Really, really painful cycles. My first day of my period, I would be in bed the whole day or lying in the shower, no joke, for an hour. That's how bad the cramping was. And I would have to take Motrin, which I don't ever take any kind of non-holistic products, but if I didn't, I would be maybe on a murderous rampage. So I would have to take Motrin on that very first day. And once I started using the patches, as the months have gone by, it's less and less. My PMS is less and less, thankfully, for everyone that has to be around me. And my life has just changed significantly with this. And I was not a believer at first. I'm like, it's a little patch. What is this thing going to do? And then once I started really reading into it, once I started understanding the science behind it and how our infrared light in our body works with the patches, then stimulates GHK copper peptide, into all those things, I was like, wow, we really have something crazy here. And then once I started sharing them with people on my platform, and people were having all these insane results with them, I still can't believe it. I do lives every Wednesday night, and I still can't believe the results that people are having in such a short amount of time. People that have been having chronic pain for years of their life are getting relief. And it's truly unbelievable. So I cannot wait to see, after I've been on them a year, I'm now at 6 months. So I'm technically probably in my 20s at this point with my biomarkers, which really excites me. And it's just been really, really a fun journey learning about a product that is this amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just whipped through that list like that, like it was no big deal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's huge, Crystal.
Yeah. I never
And
thought
how
of
many
it.
people have what they think is just a small bladder or maybe a little overactive bladder?
Yeah, probably a lot of people in here. Because so many people were like, oh my God, I have the same thing. I didn't even think it was a problem until I regulated. I'm like, wow, this is really insane. Because I didn't think it was even like a thing.
And how many women deal with that type of issue, many different types of issues, every single month when their menstrual cycle comes around?
Yeah, a lot.
Wow.
From what I found, yeah.
And pain, obviously, being, your background and what you've done your entire life.
Mm-hmm. Wait, the hip pain's gone. I forgot to mention that. Last week we were on the live and we're talking to someone about a testimonial, and they're like, my hip pain went away. And I thought to myself, I haven't had hip pain in like weeks. And I didn't realize it because once the pain is gone, like I don't know why you don't even think about it until you're thinking about it. Yoga classes used to be, totally.
You don't have to relive the pain that we had lived for so long, and then it's gone, and you do forget it's gone.
Yeah, because my yoga class used to be agonizing. I would limp out of every yoga class, my whole yoga career. And now it's like, wow, I can actually enjoy this. Most people feel great after yoga class. I'm like limping and having all these pains, but the patches have just been incredible for that, especially with the high hamstring tear.
I'm so happy for you. And like you said, girl, you look 25. There's no way. You're a day over to 25.
Yeah, right. Thank you, but I'm really not technically on the inside anymore, so that's good.
No, that's amazing. I'm so happy. Thank you so much for being on here tonight and sharing your testimonial, because I know this is going to help a lot of people, because a lot of women, especially women, deal with what you have been dealing with. So what a blessing. 6 months.
Yeah, thank you.
And we have on here tonight also, we have Nancy and Mark, who you have sponsored as well. Let me get them to unmute real quick. And there we go. Nancy, Mark, you guys here?
We are. We're so excited to be here tonight. Thank you for inviting us.
Oh, absolutely. No, Crystal, thank you for sharing this with them. And
you're welcome.
We can't wait to hear from you guys. Obviously, Crystal is the one that's introduced this to you. So kind of give us a little bit of information. Same thing if you want to, whoever wants to go first, Nancy or Mark, and share, your experience. We'd love to hear it.
Well, thank you so much. I was thinking the other day that since we were introduced to the patches, usually you say how old you are. My husband is no longer 65 years old. He is now 65 years young, and I'm 59 years young. So I'm a mother of 8, grandmother of 13. Life is crazy and busy for us. And about 9 months ago, we were in a car crash and had neck, back, hip injuries. And so for the past 9 months, I have been doing physical therapy, chiropractor, massage therapy, injections in my neck, hip, and backs. And there's just been no pain-free days really for a very long time. And we had been visiting with Shelby, and she said that she'd been praying for a way for Uncle Mark to not be in pain. And that's when she saw Crystal's post about these patches. And so we got to a meeting where they had some patches. And from the very first moment that patch was put on my body, I could feel a decrease in the pain in my hips especially. That was a really chronic place for me. And so I went and sat back down, and I noticed, gosh, I can just sit down and it's not as painful as it was. And then
we had to wait for our patches.
Right. We had to wait for our patches. And the very next day, so I bore the patch, decrease in pain, but the next day, no patch. I just felt a lightness and an energy. I felt happy, which is the most bizarre thing in the world, because it's been a very long time since I have really felt just like true happiness and joy come out of me for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I could work out with my physical therapy exercises at a pace and intensity that was not there before. And so we were just really noticing, my goodness, this is something so amazing. And so you can say what's happened to you.
All right. Well, you ready for the list? Okay.
The resume.
Right. I'm like Crystal. I've been in pain most of my life. My first surgery was a broken knee joint at 16. I've had 3 heart surgeries, back surgery, 3 knee surgeries, 3 total foot reconstructive surgeries. I have osteoarthritis. I have severe psoriatic arthritis since I was in my early 20s. I was losing hope for my future, because when you're in that pain, and as I get older, my pain gets worse with my type of arthritis. So
just mention, he's had 7 broken ribs in 2 years. So the man knows pain. He is, on most days, I would just say, honey, how are your eyelashes or your earlobes? Because I know that would be the only place probably not hurting on him.
Yeah, that's true. But there's people with worse than I am, but I have a lot of problems. I've had severe back pain for a long time as well. So when I put the first patch on, that day the problem was my neck. For several years, I haven't been able to look straight up because it hurts too much. I got degenerative discs there as well. And my neck, I could only turn to the right or left, maybe a 7, and looking up would always be a 10. I put the patch on, and I could look left and right instantly, no pain. I could look straight up like this, no pain, and I still can't. It amazed me, but my arthritis pain is so severe that if I wasn't on the Enbrel medications, which is what has given me the brittle bones, thank you pharmaceuticals, I'd be in a wheelchair in 3 months probably. And so I've noticed I've been on the patch straight for 6 days now. That's it. My arthritis pain is down probably 40%. My back pain, I don't have any. Normally when I get out of bed, I can't move. It's hard to get my feet going and just sit down and try and put shoes on. It's like you're sticking knives in my back. That first day, I just got out of bed, and later on in the day, I just realized I don't have any back pain. I got out of bed, no problem, and I have not had any back pain since I put on the patch. I sleep better. Mental clarity is better. I have more energy than I've had in 20 years.
Almost too much. I told him I was going to cut his patches back, or I need to double patch to keep up with him.
And it's changed my life, and it's given me hope where I was losing hope. It makes a difference. These patches are a miracle.
It is the hardest thing in the world to see someone that you love and care about hurting and in pain all day, every day. And you know it's only getting worse as you age. There's no miracle cure out there that's going to fix us until we met the patch. And for us, that's the miracle cure. We're so grateful for this. We can't even wrap our heads. We keep going, is this really real? Like, you look in the places of your body where pain used to live, and there's nothing there. It's like an empty house. No longer there. Shut up. It's gone.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about it. And I still think it's just in my head because I can't believe my pain is dropping so much.
If somebody would have told us this was possible, I don't think we could have even believed it if we had not experienced it for ourselves. It's just night and day, game-changing difference.
I look forward to living to 100 years old now. I didn't think I'd make it to 75.
Wow. So I have a question, because I know I'm getting asked this question privately. They're wanting to know, what patch did you use, or what patches did you use? Because you've only been using this technology 6 days.
Living at it a week.
X39. X39. I just started the X49 with it yesterday, but I was just using the X39. I wanted to test it first, but I need to build my bone density, so I know X49 helps with that.
Fantastic. Wow. So, I mean, that's not a normal list that we hear from people of symptoms and issues, and especially long-term chronic degenerative types of things, to have those kind of changes happen in just a matter of days. That's what a blessing. And obviously, you know, with Shelby seeing Crystal's live, you know, she was praying for that answer, and here it comes.
God knew I needed it.
Yeah.
And I did.
We totally felt led to it. 2 lessons I just always want to share after that she prayed in love and then acted in courage. And so that to me is my lesson moving forward, is always pray in love. Who can I share this with? And then to have some courage to follow up and act upon that.
Wow, those are words of wisdom right there.
Life-changing, period.
Write that down, Marcy.
I did. I wrote that down. That's
pray in love and act in courage. Yes, I love that. Wow, I am so grateful for you two being on here in such a short amount of time, right? Just kind of sent you a message and said, hey, I've heard your testimonial's amazing already. Can you come on live, please? We don't even know each other yet, but I am so grateful that you said yes.
We shortened it because we know we have limited time.
We just say, if this is what it's done for us in just not even a week, what will we be like in a year? I can't even imagine that. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I am sure that will be mind-blowing, just as much as Crystal doesn't even remember the pain that she had, you know, for so long. It's gone. You won't even remember what your life used to be like before. In a year from now, it's going to be so radically different on this technology. So
what it brought to us was hope, and you can't find or buy hope anywhere except with something that gives you or brings you hope. This is a game-changing, hope-bringing thing that, you know, it gives me courage to share, because I think it would be so wrong of me to not share this with anybody and everybody, which is why we can't shut up. We can't sleep, but it's not because of pain or other things. It's because it's so amazing.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. We will definitely have you both on here, but definitely before that year mark. And Crystal, you as well, too. I think we're probably going to go in the next 3 or 4 months here. We'll give you guys a good 90-day run on the patches, and we'll have you back to hear what's changed, or you may be doing ballerina flips and, you know, tricks and acrobat stuff. I don't know. I can just see you guys doing all kinds of crazy stuff in that time frame. So. Yeah, so thank you so much for being on here tonight, Nancy and Mark. I appreciate you both. We are going to hear from Marcy now, because we've heard a wide variety of testimonials with a wide variety of issues that these people have had, and what a blessing for every single one of them to have some relief. But Marcy, we need to know how this is happening. Like, what have they been using these patches? We need to hear the science and technology on this.
And even before that, I just want to say thank you to Crystal Teeny for opening that drawer and trying those on her father, right? Like she said, I'm trying these, and it's because she tried them and his lymph came down. You know, Crystal is an influencer big time on social media, on Instagram, and she has a huge following, and she basically took her influence to change lives. And it was because of that, Crystal, that Shelby heard. It's because of that it moved to Nancy and Mark. So without you saying yes, these people would not have been helped in 6 days. So I just want to acknowledge what that is. So thank you, because, you know, your voice makes so much difference, right? And so what is this patch? And I also want to acknowledge, I get chills. It was Mark and Nancy and Arizona. They went to a meeting in Arizona, and someone in chat said, I was there when Mark put his first patch on. I mean, it's like people caring about people. It's like, it's still there. It's still alive. People caring about people. So what is this patch? Well, this is what they're talking about. It's the X39 stem cell activation patch. And, you know, it looks like a Band-Aid, but it's so much more. It's a form of wearable light technology. And if you turn it over inside, you will see this organic material, this organic crystal. And it's actually a reflector of light. And it turns out that we radiate a low-grade infrared light off our bodies. We know that's truth because have you ever heard, you know, Stacy, look at night goggles, you can see the infrared. Yes, that's how people see each other at night. And so David Schmidt, the owner, inventor, and CEO, figured out how to harness our own light. And you just put that patch on. And when you put that patch on, it reflects back a light wave, your own light. And that light wave activates a very important peptide in Mark's body. It's called GHK copper peptide. And that peptide acts as a communicator to his dormant stem cells, because I think Mark said he's 65 going on 20, but at 65 his stem cells were not dead, but they were dormant. And so what this patch does is it basically woke up his stem cells again, made more again, and reset them to a younger, healthier state. Actually 4,000 genes are set to a younger, healthier state, hence why you need 2 patches, Nancy, to keep up with the man now, right? So why is that important? Well, stem cells, doctor, as you know, I think as you actually trained us, are the only cells in our body that are changeable. They can change into whatever cell your body needs for repair, just like when you were 20. So I would ask you, do you remember having gray hair when you were 20? Do you remember having wrinkles when you were 20? Did Mark have the arthritis and the lower back pain and the 7 ribs broken and the, my goodness, it just went on and on, the 3 feet and the I think there was something else, but you know, you just had a lot of stuff. And my guess, when you were 20, you didn't have all the pain. And now when your wife says to you, do your ears hurt? Because that the earlobes are the only thing that doesn't hurt. When you were 20, that didn't happen. So what happens if we could activate those stem cells to repair in your body, and they go just where you need to have the repair, and then they turn into the cells for the repair, and then they march to the next thing and repair it, and the next thing to repair it, and the next thing to repair it. And I'm sorry, Mark, you had a lot of things to repair, but what's crazy, in 6 days, I mean, he said that his arthritis pain was down 40%. He had no back pain, and he could move his neck up, and it doesn't hurt anymore. Like that's just the stem cells working again. And I'm not saying all of you are going to have the results like Mark did that fast. I am saying that anywhere from 1 month to 3 months, you will see a huge difference, right? Crystal's been on these patches now for 6 months, and she saw the reduction in pain. She saw the menstrual cramps just start to ease off. But what was interesting is she just realized the frequent bladder issues, that frequent urination just settled down. And that was 6 months later. So do you see? The stem cells are searching and fixing what you need fixed first to live. And then it's going to go to your next thing and your next thing. And your body knows best. So that is how the X39 stem cell activation patch works. And how do you wear it? Well, most people wear it right below the back of their neck or underneath their belly button. But really, your whole body is light. So any spot will do. There's only one rule, which is 12 hours on to activate and repair and 12 hours off. That's because we are light. We are a signal base. And if you wear it 24 hours over and over again, your body will get used to the signal, and then it won't work so well. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off. You can wear it all day and take it off at night. You can wear it all night and take it off during the day. Just 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And think about light. It's a technology now that we are understanding to repair. We think of red light. We think of laser. Shoot, even going out in the sun elevates vitamin D in the body. So light really works. It's just that this reflects your own light. So no, you can wear it at night because guess what? Your body's light all day long. You have light coming off your body.